Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. It's time for another review of another Oxford United game. And let's try and keep the energy up for this one because kind of clutching at straws about things to talk about. I'll probably get dragged into talking about styles of play more than anything else because that seems to be the big theme. But it was Oxford versus Wycombe. It ended in a bit of a damp squib, a 0-0 draw, which doesn't really do too much for either side. But considering Oxford, you could say, didn't get the win last weekend or lost to Wimbledon, it was good to get back to a clean sheet. And Wycombe, that they came to kind of nick a game and just didn't manage to do it. So let's talk about, before we talk about the things that weren't great, let's just say a couple of things. Wycombe in the first half had a couple of chances through ex-Oxford United's Jordan Abita, forced Stevens into the save. Vokes also forced Stevens into a save. They looked a threat from set pieces all the way through the game, which is what we expected, really. And from an Oxford point of view, there was an early penalty claim on Sykes. Looking back on it, again, any Wycombe fans watching this, I am an Oxford fan, but I thought it was a penalty. It did look like Sykes was dragged down. You've seen him given. We just didn't get it on this occasion. Other than that, not too many shots at goal. Really, only in the second half, really, as well. The only work Stockdale had to do, other than very easily come and claim crosses, was a couple of good attempts by Brannigan, which forced him into saves. One which he didn't do a good job of, but one he did do a pretty good job of. But they kept him out the net, and that was the main thing. Let's talk another positive for Oxford United. Let's say defence. Elliot Moore was missing, so Luke McNally came in, and I thought they did a great job. Defensively, I thought Oxford United did really well. They got a clean sheet. There was a lot of criticism for them after the Wimbledon game, and justifiably so. But you get the usual things that come out on social media, like, we can't defend, we're rubbish at defending, we're terrible. But it hasn't really been the case. It's been the case in a couple of games. We've been sloppy, but they needed to be on it today. And there was a few hairy moments in and around on set pieces, but I thought generally they defended really well. And credit to them for getting that clean sheet today. There was a lot of pressure on them because Wycombe were going to go for them from set pieces, sensing the vulnerability there. Full credit to the defence. Good to see Sam Long coming back. He looked rusty as hell when he came on. He looked a yard short, but good to see Long come back. He's going to strengthen that defensive line for sure. And I don't think Moore's going to be out for too long. But in McNally, we do find that we've got another young centre-back that is more than willing to come and step in. And Thornley and Seddon did a fine job as well. What was frustrating was the fact that Oxford got dragged into a game that they didn't really want to play. Wycombe, you can slag off their style of football all you like. You can slag off the way they play. You can slag off the time wasting. But you don't expect them to come to the Kassam and just make it an easy game for Oxford. You knew it was going to be difficult. You knew they were going to play to their strength, which is getting the ball forward quickly. And I don't have any problem with that. It's not like they just hoof it 60 yards up in the air. They try and get the ball out wide. They try and get the ball into like McCleary. They tried to get certainly a beater forward as well. And Vokes and Hanlon are good at holding the ball up front. So why wouldn't you play to your strengths? And then also as well, when you've got the likes of delivery from Jacobson, the threat they have from set pieces and long throws, they're only going to do it. They're only going to play that way, really. And they wanted to frustrate Oxford. And I think they did, because Oxford in the first half just got dragged, just didn't play any football. It was only a couple of times where White counter-attacked, where we looked half decent, but awful first half for me for Oxford. Second half got slightly better. We did try to play some football. There was a couple of times we did get in behind, but Stewart, oh my God, this guy is the bane of Oxford United. It's like he just won't give us a break, man. Another fantastic game at the back for him, and he made a couple of fantastic last-ditch tackles to stop Oxford from Taylor, really, having a stab and a tap in at the far post. Let's talk about Taylor. Not really working for him too much this season, is he? You can't fault his work rate. He's working hard. He's being a git up front. But he's not really getting the goal. He's not really getting chances. He's not really sticking out. He's not really looking a threat at all. And it is a worry. And of course, Winnell is injured. Surprise, surprise. and he has no faith in Adji. So it's going to be Taylor all the way through. He's never going to be taken out of the side. And it's just another case of Oxford, I'll say this a lot, I'm like a bloody broken record, having to work so bloody hard to score goals. And we just don't seem to be able to get anything cheap and easy, barring a few penalties that we've had. But by and large, better in the second half. Not a great first half, but all in all, probably a point was fair enough. I don't think either side really deserved it. But let me know what you think about things like tactics and stuff like that, because I know a lot of people will be very holier than now, as if Oxford play this amazing style of football and never time waste and never go long and direct, which is absolute rubbish. And to say that, like, all the way through on Radio Oxford commentary, all they talk about is how Oxford need to get better at the dark arts. It's like we've got so many niggly players like Taylor, like Henry, like Goran, for God's sake. That it just baffles me that we always think Oxford United are like this nicer than nice club when we're really not. But maybe Wycombe are just probably better at it than we are. But let me know down below. Let me know if you went to the game. Not really too much more to talk about in this one, really. Just, I would have liked its substance be made a bit quicker, but what can you do about that? And Wycombe fans as well, let me know. I know we've got a few old Wycombe fans that follow us on this channel, so let us know what you thought. Let us know what you thought of the game. And not too much to say about this one. Oxford move on to Cheltenham away next week, which I imagine will be a very similar test, really, in many regards. They had a great win today. And so not much more to say. If you like the channel, hit the like button. That helps us out so much. And if you like the content, subscribe to the channel as well. That also helps us out a lot. And but other than that, just watching the video, really appreciate it. And I'll be back with some League One and Premier League predictions and Oxford Cheltenham review next weekend, which I believe we may be live streaming with Thomas.